In this video, we will walk you through the entire process of setting up data sources in Boostic.cloud step by step, from the initial technical setup to connecting each platform. Facebook Ads, Google Analytics 4, the Google Merchant Feed and Google Search Console. Next, you must log in to Boostic.cloud. Go to Setup and click on Entity Management. You must accept the terms and conditions in order to connect your data sources and use Boostic.cloud. Once connected, find your entity and click on the second symbol, which looks like a cylinder, to configure your data sources. Before connecting GA4 to Boostic.cloud, we need to configure GA4 with BigQuery. The first thing you need to do is create a project in Google Cloud if one does not already exist. To do this, access the project console and create a new one. Once you have created the project, you need to link it to your GA4 property. From the Property Manager in GA4, look for the option to link to BigQuery. Here you must select the project you just created or the one you already had previously. Please note that it may take 2 or 3 minutes for the project to appear after you have created it. In the settings, only check event data, select the daily option and also real-time, even if there are less than 1 million events per day. This option will only appear if billing is enabled. Real-time is usually the best option because it allows the data to be available practically in the morning, instead of having to wait for the batch export of the daily option. When you have it, click on to send. Once the link has been created, the next step is to grant permissions in Google Cloud, but first check that the project number and project ID you see here match what you had in BigQuery. The next step is to grant permissions to our Google Cloud Service account. Within the console, go to the IAM and Administration section and select IAM. You must click on Grant Access and add the email address of our service account. You must assign 3 roles to this account: BigQuery Data Owner, BigQuery Read Session User, and BigQuery Work User. It is very important that the 3 roles are correctly assigned. To connect GA4, you must add the project ID and dataset-id. You can find these in BigQuery. Please note that they are generated 24 hours after establishing the first link. Go to the Studio section and you will find them there. You must copy them and add them to Boostic.cloud. Now let's move on to the Google Merchant Center feed. To do this, you will need the public URL for your data feed that is accessible without logging in. Once you have located the URL for your main feed, you will need to paste it into Boostic.cloud to connect the data source. You can then connect your Google Ads account by logging into it. It will ask you for your client ID. You can find it in your Google Ads account, which you can access using the user account that has read-only permissions for this link. Copy it and add it to Boostic.cloud. You can also connect Meta Ads. If you use it, you must log in. Once you do, it will ask you to select the advertising account you are going to use. Finally, you can connect Google Search Console. The first thing you need to do is select the subdomain. You will also need to go to the Settings section to select Users and Permissions. Once there, you can add our email address to register it as a new user and give it the necessary permissions. Once you have it, you can add the URL to Boostic.cloud and you will have all your data sources connected. Now you can get the most out of your products thanks to Boostic.cloud, giving you a 360-degree view of your entire catalog.